What's up, everybody? It's your girl Khadijah Gunter. This is my second podcast. For those who don't know, I do have a Let's Chat talk show coming out in August. It will be Facebook Live, and then we're trying to push for Cable 7. So that is what is holding us up. We're trying to push for multi-platforms for my show to be on, because I want, a lot of exposure, coming straight out of college. I'm trying to make sure that my future employer know that, hey, I'm not unexperienced. I got some experience with, being on live, being on camera. So this is basically to boost my resume up. So that's pretty much what I can say with honestly. The holder right now is trying to push for multi-platforms, because I don't want it just to be a Facebook Live show, but worst case scenario, it will be a Facebook Live show, but I'm pushing for multi-platforms. Not Channel 7, but Cable 7. Channel 7 is like the news. I'm trying to be on a Cable 7 network. I'm going to be on Suddenlink. So if you have Suddenlink and you go to, Channel 7, hey, you might see me there, okay? So that's what I'm pushing for. So please, 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 if you have not already done, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I promise you, you're going to regret it later. I also have a website. It's Khadijah Gunter 13 at Wix. I will drop the link along with my YouTube website for you to follow. This podcast is about the show. It's not about me. This podcast is for me to, go ahead and get an audience, seated in the front and second row. And, the Let's Chat talk show is going to fill the whole auditorium. So that's all this podcast is for. It's basically for the show. It's promoting my show. My topic today will be four-year college degrees. After, talking with some of my friends from back home, 252, dropped out of college because I realized that I was taking classes that I did not need in order to graduate. And I said, hey man, I feel you on that. I mean, I've taken like over dozens of classes that I can tell you I do not need. So I talked to someone who has their doctorate degree and said, hey, why do some college students take classes they don't need? And his reply was, it's a university degree. Classes that's related to the universe, all around, like math, science, social study. That's a universal class. You're taking extra classes, to push you there. And he was like, you could get you an associate's degree in what you want to do if you don't want to get a 4-year degree. Responded with, hey, employers, they don't accept associate degrees because they want you to go to college with your bachelor's. They want you to, behind a desk, But my thing is, I feel like that if society allow us to get an associate's degree and move into our career, I can guarantee you, hands down, there'll be a lot more people that'll be educated. Because your freshman year, honestly, is just party, and the classes are very rarely easy. So, I tell people all the time, freshman year is a cakewalk. So one of my friends, her name is Notori Duke, she told me that she was going to graduate a semester behind me. And I was like, sis, why? Like, we came in literally the same time, and you're 3 credits behind me. Probably not even 3, I think it was 2. And she was like, yeah, but I'm also 2 classes behind you. I said, well, sis, what you about to do, man, you about to sit down. We're going to figure this out. So I literally sat down with her. So for her, August to December semester, which is fall 2019, she was going to take 2 classes that she needed and 2 classes that she didn't. And then for her January to May, which is spring of 2020, she's going to take 2 classes she needs, 2 classes she didn't. I said, why don't we just cut out all the classes you don't need and you combine all those classes together and you graduate with me? And she's like, I don't think you can do that. I said, why not? And she was like, because that's not how it works around here. I talked to someone that I know who can help us with this, and went straight to we went to her advisor, and she said, hey, there's nothing I can do. Go to the top-notch lady in this certain building at this certain location. I can't give out, names and stuff of people. I can only give out my friend's name, and whether or not she tells her story, that's on her. But what I will say is that me and her, we sat down, we cut out 4 classes out of her. We cut out 4 classes that she did not need because she already had the amount of credits. All she needed was the classes. So, so we pretty much sat down. And I sat down with her first and said, hey, you need to go and apply pressure, sis. It's Khadijah, ain't nobody as crazy as you. I said, well, sis, my craziness and who I am has got me here today. And I'm not changing not 1 second thought, nothing about me. I would never change me. I'm always going to be me. I promise you. If people think I'm just too crazy, I'm just too crazy. I'm not as crazy as you. I can't go out there and say this. Yes, you can, and you will. If you're trying to graduate, sis, you're going to go out there and you're going to tell them, hey, you're not taking these classes if you don't need them. And she said, well, she didn't say what I said, but she's like, I was speaking with one of my friends, Khadijah Gunter, and she was telling me that I can take all 4 of the classes together. And the big boss said, yeah, you can. She said, well, why didn't anyone tell me? So basically, she got approved to graduate a semester early from me. When she came back to me, she was thanking me. She was just couldn't believe it. Oh my God, guess what, girl? I graduated early. I said, girl, I told you we walking together, holding hands, crying and all of that. We got this degree together. She was just probably the first real friend I actually had on campus because she kept it real with Khadijah. I ain't got the patience for today. I said, all right, sis, I respect that because honestly, to hang with me, you got to have the vibe for it because I'm a whole, I can't even say. I'm a whole something. I am something to deal with. I'm a serious package. Help my friend graduate by simply sitting down with her and looking into her degree works and say, hey man, you don't need that class. You already have that credit. You know what I'm saying? So what I would encourage people who are struggling to get their 4-year degree, sit down, not with your advisor, because some of them are unexperienced. But someone advisor, his freshman year was there. Well, his or her freshman year was their first year there. So some of the advisors, you know what I'm saying, it's their first time working with students. Sometimes they really don't know. And it's not because they don't care, because of course they care, they want you to succeed and be someone in life. But what I would say is to make sure you are checking your degree worth. If you don't do nothing else, you check that morning, afternoon, and night. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have graduated early. But what I will say is that I'm a big reason to why, you know what I'm saying, she did. Because, you know what I'm saying, she took my advice and she applied pressure. And honestly, if you go about life not applying pressure to people, you know what I'm saying, to situations, how are you, you know what I'm saying, expecting to get anywhere in life? You have to apply pressure. You just have to. Because if you don't, what are you gonna do if society would accept us with an associate degree, fix people from dropping out? And that's just facts. But nowadays, you even need a high school diploma to even work at McDonald's. That I have learned in my life that when you have started something, you don't just stop because it gets tough. You push through it. There's a lot of things that I can say that was real hard for me and I pushed through. I don't think I've quit anything. But my thing when it comes to life decisions like college, paying my car. I mean, many people say, Khadijah, that is so stupid that you had 2 car payments. I'm going to tell you why it's not stupid. Because that truck is so close to being paid off, I can feel the title in my hand. Still stupid. Nobody has nothing to say now. My truck is paid off. My car will be paid off. Mark my words now. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to pay my car off within the next year or so. Not this year. I ain't going to sit here flexing like that, but my car will be paid off by next year. I'm going to pay my car off early because that's the kind of person I am. I'm going to push and strive for greatness. And honestly, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's the kind of person I am. I always push and I strive for greatness. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, I feel like anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, want to, you know, message me one-on-one and say, how did you, you know, get her to graduate early? I'm going to simply tell you like I told her. We should sit down. We should see what classes you've taken, what classes you need to take. And it's honestly took us like 5 minutes. And at the end of the thing, she just couldn't believe, you know what I'm saying? You know, she was wasting her time pretty much. But yeah, so in conclusion, the society will let us work in our career with an associate's degree. I know that there'll be a lot more people employed in their career and pushing and striving for greatness. So You can't blame the colleges. You have to blame society. And I'm not saying this because I'm about to graduate. I'm saying this because I actually sat down and had a conversation with someone who has a doctor's degree. And he was like, you'll be ignorant if you blame a university degree for why you have to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's a university degree for a reason. It's a universal degree to where you're knowledgeable in a lot of different subjects. An associate's degree is just for what you want to do, what you want to have your career in, or get you something like some kind of degree to where it's only on your career. But I hope you guys have, thought about what I've been saying, and I hope you guys have been thinking about. I hope you guys are thinking about honestly going back to school. Follow me on social media, my Snap, Instagram, Twitter, all my social media accounts. It's Khadijah_G. That is KADIJAH_G. Okay, I will post my Wix website for you guys to follow. I will post my YouTube website for you to be become one of my subscribers. And just hit me up, man. And like I said, I don't mind helping whoever needs help, with graduating, because one thing you need to do is realize that no one's going to tell you, hey, you don't need that class. And no one's going to tell you, hey, get off your butt and go to class. No one's going to tell you these things. Some things that you got to know, and it's people that you got to meet, people you got to connect with, people you just have to, certain things that you just have to know. You have a wonderful and beautiful day. All right. Take care.